All right, coming to you after the Buffalo Sabres victory over the Minnesota Wild. And it is the Rob Niedermayer show tonight. Niedermayer had his first goal of the season. Second Sabres goal tonight in the second period on a great feed from Andrej Sekera. And that's why I look like this for this podcast. Ooh. Yeah. It was a pretty typical game for the second half of back-to-back. The Sabres came out strong, tried to establish themselves, got ahead early, started sucking wind for a while, gave the game up a little bit, and managed to find enough energy to close it out against a Minnesota Wild team that is also fighting for a playoff spot and is therefore pretty damn good as well. Yeah, I don't know what to say about this game. I'm still kind of stuck on the Niedermayer goal. I thought the team played very well, considering that it was the second end of a back-to-back, and considering that they just played the best team in the conference yesterday. I was kind of struck by something Drew Stafford said, and I think it was Stafford in his post-game interview. When I asked about the energy level on the second game, he said, well, we've been playing those all year, so maybe we're used to it by now. And it's an interesting way to look at the number of back-to-backs that the Sabres had. A lot of fans, myself included, were a little annoyed that they had the most in the league. And we're kind of worried as to what that might do to the team, since they tend not to play well in those second games. But taking Stafford's view on it, we all know that the schedule is compacted in March, and there's no rest in the postseason, so if they can manage to do it right in those back-to-backs, then that probably ends up being a good thing for the team, and it was a good thing tonight. Move right into my 3 stars. As promised, Rob Niedermayer gets the first star. You did something, Rob. You did something. That's this guy right there. Second star. Really, I could probably give about 5 stars for the game tonight. I will give the second star to the man on a mission, Andrej Sekera, who had his 5th consecutive 2-point night. That's 10 points in the last 5 games. Somebody posted on Twitter that if Lindy had benched him for the first couple games of the season, he'd be on pace for 21 goals and 96 assists. So good on Sekera. And yeah, third star. Probably going to split this 3 ways. Actually, I'll split it 2 ways, and then I'll talk about a bit of an unsung hero. I will give it to both Thomas Vanek and Drew Stafford. Vanek had an assist and looked like a man on a mission, especially early in the game. And every game he plays, he looks more and more like a captain. So hopefully he gets another letter change in the future. And Drew Stafford for potting the overtime winner. Just a great, hard-working goal. Nice to see Stafford in there making a difference, and nice to see him get one after, I think it was a 9-game drought that he was on. And then the unsung hero, which, a couple people are talking about his contribution, but he kind of, I think, got ignored a little bit in the post-game, was Jonas Enroth, who played spectacular. Nothing short of spectacular. Just 3 or 4 huge saves, and great to see him come up and be able to do that, and do that against good teams. I mean, Montreal before, and Minnesota now, and even New Jersey a little bit, are really no slouches. So that bodes well for the Sabres in the future. And 3 black holes. Like I always say, in a win, it's hard to give these out. And even harder today because I don't have my old fallback to rely on. I'll give the first one to Sean Morrison, who, that's 2 games in a row now, he just hasn't looked good. He played a 2-on-1 tonight pretty poorly, and that resulted in a wild goal. So might see Mike Weber pretty soon. Second black hole, got to give it to Mark Mancari. I know you can't expect a lot from a call-up, but somebody who has Mancari's skills and size should register more on the stat sheet than 1 hit and 1 giveaway, and that's all he had tonight. And third black hole, gonna give it to Tim Connolly, and go back to my old catchphrase. Tim Connolly he did nothing, zeros. He didn't even do crappy things, which I guess is good, but nothing. No power play help, no points, no shots, no block shots, no hits, nothing. That's inexcusable. So Tim Connolly's going to get the third one, and do something, Tim. Do something. And Sabres in action again. Double check this here. Tuesday in Pittsburgh, facing the Malkin and Crosby-less Pittsburgh Penguins, who have been winning games, and if anybody doubted it before, it's pretty clear now. Regardless of those 2 guys, that team is pretty good. So Sabres have their work cut out for them, and they play Boston in Boston on Thursday. So I'd like to see them get at least one of those 2. I think that's maybe the best we can hope for, playing 2 good teams. And I think if we do that, we'll at least keep pace for the 8th spot. And then our schedule gets a little bit friendlier as we visit Toronto, have Ottawa at home, and then have Carolina, Atlanta, and Nashville all at home. And that's a handful of winnable games right there. So we can break even against those 2 and hopefully do a little bit better with this next homestand. We'll be sitting pretty. And again, great to see Rob Niedermeyer, this guy, get a goal tonight. And funny how that works, but I guess that's just life. Now with infinity% more, Rob Niedermeyer. And I can't find the off button.